You can't be out here soliciting. We have a city ordinance in place. She's out here asking for donations and money. I'm explaining to her that within, Orange City limits, we have a city ordinance for it. And she's like, oh no, you're gonna be violating my rights because I can do this. Yep, try to explain to her. She doesn't want to listen.
Here's what I'm going to tell you, because you're not going to dictate how this is going to work. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You can't stand in the corner and ask for money or funds with signs. It's called soliciting, and it's
I can say whatever I want on a sign.
Okay, continue to do it. I promise you, you'll go to jail.
On September 24th, 2023, Orange City, Florida police spotted a woman standing on a public sidewalk holding a sign asking for money and stopped to harass her. The officers claim that panhandling is illegal because Orange City, Florida wrote that it's illegal on a piece of paper and called it a city ordinance. Unfortunately, in the US, people seem to be under the impression that just because you wrote something on paper and called it an ordinance, code, or statute, that the person who violates your scribbles on paper is doing something wrong. However, quite the opposite is true. Quite often, the scribbles on paper violate the inherent and inalienable rights of individuals. Spoiler alert, ordinances against panhandling have already been ruled unconstitutional by the courts, but we'll get into that more after watching this interaction.
Bravo 48.
Ma'am. Ma'am, can you come over here? Okay, what are we doing out here? We can't.
With all due respect, I'm not breaking any law.
Okay, this is considered soliciting. Do you have a permit for it?
48, go ahead to the next.
I don't have a permit,
Okay.
and
Charlie, Whiskey November.
you need me to change a word, I'll change
Okay.
it.
What are you looking for, money? Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, I'm absolutely justice.
No, you can go to jail for that. You understand that. In this city, we have a city ordinance.
I've already spoken with the police. I've read
Okay,
the
what
statutes.
police? What
If I get
police?
arrested, there'll be
What
a lawsuit
police?
for false.
What police? Who did you speak with?
I've spoken with the sheriff. Do you want to write me a ticket?
Okay,
I don't want to
we're in
argue
Orange
with you.
City. We're not the sheriff's
I
office.
understand, but we're still in the state of Florida and the United States of America. There's
Okay.
a constitution.
Okay.
There is freedom of speech.
Okay, I understand that.
But
Yep.
federal laws trump all other laws
Okay.
on all other levels.
Well, for us,
And
we have a city ordinance.
I'm exercising free speech. I'm advising the public about.
No, you're seeking to get money. You're seeking to get money, okay? This is not a place to get money. You need to move along and get out of here.
No, you can't. You can write me a ticket. You can't arrest me.
Yes, I can. And we have a city ordinance, and yes, I can arrest you for it.
No, you can write
Okay?
me a ticket.
If you want, you can look up the city ordinance for Orange City. Yes, you
Does
can.
Orange City want to go down for arresting a victim of domestic violence?
Okay.
This is a public
If you need
sidewalk.
help, I can give you some
This is a
paper,
public sidewalk.
some paperwork or something, okay?
I went to every agency before I left Florida.
Jackson. It's
Okay.
just on the other side of Saxon
You just-
or on the Deltona side.
You just can't be out. You can't be out here, ma'am, okay?
Unknown injury.
I'm going to go over there. When you leave, I'm coming back.
Where are you going? Because if we get a call here for you again,
we might need
it's not going to be
rescue
good, okay? I'm letting you know at this moment.
Excuse me?
I said if we get a call out here again,
Hold
it's
on, I
not
need
going
to
to be
record this.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Your state police?
I'm Orange City.
Okay.
And if you want a supervisor,
Who called
he can.
you?
If you want a
This is a
super
public sidewalk.
Ma'am. Ma'am,
okay,
listen.
quote me the ordinance, please.
Okay. I'll get you the
No,
ordinance
I
and
need
everything.
it right now.
If you want a supervisor, I can get you one out there, okay?
What?
If you want a supervisor, I'll get you one
I
out
don't
there.
want a supervisor. I want
Okay.
you to tell me the statute.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Bravo 10, are you reading Channel 1? Are you from here?
I'm not going to answer any questions. You call Michael Chitwood. He knows
Bravo
who I
10,
am.
are you reading Channel 1?
And Michael Chitwood has more authority than your chief of police
Okay.
in Orange City. I'm not going to put the SIM card in.
Bravo 10, are you reading Channel 1?
On SC1, go ahead.
Hey, are you near Harley Strickland Enterprise?
Do you arrest Girl Scouts?
I'm sorry, on landline and I couldn't hear you. One
I'm
more
sorry,
time,
do you
please.
arrest Girl Scouts?
Are you near Harley Strickland Enterprise?
I know you
reference
don't
to the
arrest hookers,
solicitor.
because I've seen them all over the place. Or your drug dealers. I've seen them all over
Now
the
I'm heading over to that crash on the other side of I-4 for a minute.
Okay, I might need you over here.
Is it
I'm
urgent?
leaving, and I'm advising you. Do
No.
not follow me, do not stalk me, do not harass me.
I couldn't hear you.
Understood?
One more time, please.
I said
I'm
no.
on a public corner.
Okay.
Okay. If they need to, just go ahead and
This
explain
isn't
to them
private
that
property.
soliciting without a permit is not allowed in the city limits. And
Excuse
I
me?
can send somebody else to you if you need them.
What's the
I
statute?
copy. Never mind, I have somebody else
What's
with
the
me.
statute?
Okay, we have a city ordinance in the
What is the
city limits.
ordinance? Okay, that's my point. If you don't know Florida statute or the United States Constitution, that's not my problem. But it will be your problem if you continue to harass me when you let the drunks, the drug addicts, and the prostitutes sit all over the place, and just because everybody knows who they are and they don't have to fly a sign and ask for money, even though they're housed and they have income. Big difference. So what is the city ordinance? I'm not going to ask again.
The police never do tell her what the ordinance is, but an unconstitutional solicitation ordinance does exist, and it's section 10.7-9. The ordinance says that you have to be a 501c3 organization in order to obtain a permit at all, or in other words, basically a church organization. It says that you have to tell them the times and dates that you plan to solicit, the location you intend to solicit at, and a whole bunch of other crap. The problem is that soliciting has been determined by the courts to be a First Amendment protected activity. One of the most commonly referenced cases for this is City of Lakewood versus Willis, where the Washington Supreme Court determined that Willis being arrested for soliciting money violated his First and 14th Amendment rights. A similar decision was made in Florida in 2021 in the case of Waltrus versus the state of Florida. There are also dozens of decisions across the US, mostly in district courts, coming to the same conclusion. But no matter how many times these ordinances are deemed by the courts to be unconstitutional, it never seems to stop the police from enforcing them.
So what's this issue?
Because she's out
She's
here.
threatening to arrest me.
I never said I was going to arrest you.
Yes, you did.
I said we have
You're
a city.
liar.
Listen,
okay,
listen
I'm done
to me.
with you now.
I told you we
I
have
don't
a
need
city
another
ordinance.
police officer that's going to lie to my face. Understood? Okay, you just want to harass someone.
Nope, I'm not
Someone
here.
called
I
and
asked you
wanna
if you
flex
have a
your muscles.
permit. I asked you if you have a permit, and you said no. I told you.
What? Do Girl Scouts get permits?
Okay. Everybody else that gets permits, yes. You can't be out here soliciting. We have a city ordinance in place.
What is soliciting?
Okay. Exactly what you're doing right now, ma'am. You're asking for donations. You're asking
Yes, I
for money. That is soliciting. If you do not have a permit, you cannot do that. If you have one and you can show me, then I'll let you do it.
So do you have a
Now
permit
I'm
or no?
going to be watching all these other people that are everywhere asking for money and see if they get hassled.
Okay, that's completely fine. As long as you leave, that's completely fine.
Leave?
Yeah, you can't do what you're doing. That's what
Let me
I'm trying
just,
to tell
okay, signs down, this is a public corner. You telling me I can't do this?
you. You can stand here, but you can't solicit. That's the issue. You standing here is not the issue.
I can't ask for donations.
No, ma'am, not without a permit. Not without a permit. You can stand here all day, but you cannot solicit. That's the issue. You understand?
I want to hear the city ordinance one more time, please.
I can print it out for you.
Okay.
Is that what you want? Yeah, go ahead and print it out for her. I'm so sorry. Let me move it real quick.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go down here, okay? Huh?
I'm on the long crew.
Oh, okay.
To the city, so I see you guys.
Go. Thank you. So she's out here asking for donations and money. I'm gonna explain to her that within Orange City limits we have a city ordinance for it, and she's like, "Oh no, you're gonna be violating my rights because I can do this." Yeah, try to explain to her. She doesn't want to listen.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm good. What are we doing today?
Okay. She threatened to arrest me. and holding a sign telling the public why I'm standing there.
Okay.
Because supposedly I was soliciting funds.
Okay, if you have a sign out and you're asking for any form of donations, money of any kind, that is a form of solicitation, okay? In the city of Orange City, there is a city ordinance that governs that from happening.
Okay, I want to see it.
Okay, I can go print that for
That's
you.
what the other person.
Okay, so he's working on that then, okay? But I'm telling you now, it is an arrestable offense. Yes, ma'am, it is. So if you don't
Arrestable versus ticket.
no, we can arrest you for it
Why?
because it's actually a city ordinance misdemeanor violation, and you can be arrested for it. We do not, unless you go to the city hall and obtain a permit.
Which I was already told I wasn't going to be issued when I inquired into Barry.
Okay, well, if you inquire into Barry, go to DeBerry and solicit. Don't do it in Orange City.
What I'm saying is, they suggested I get a permit. They said you can get a permit for it. You can apply for a permit,
Sure,
but you'll never get it, is what they said.
Okay, well, I can't say that. If Barry told you that,
Okay,
I
I'm
can't
going to tell you right
here.
now. I was a victim and I'm a survivor of DV.
Okay.
I was attacked in our state's capital this past June. You are dealing with someone who has been harassed by police. Now, this is something Orange City wants to be known for.
Ma'am, it's been
I'm on the street.
Okay,
I have zero income.
understood.
I have no food stamps, no welfare, no nothing.
Okay.
I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs.
Okay.
And I'm certainly not a hooker. But I see those people all over the place, and they're doing the same damn thing.
And when we see that,
And
we address it with that.
no, but you know what? It's only me that happens to be seen.
You
Who called
say
this
that,
in?
but
Who called this in?
I don't know. Was it called in, or did you roll on it?
Sorry, she told me to come over here.
Okay, so
Sorry.
Who told you?
our supervisor.
Our
said.
super-
And who's your
Supervisor.
supervisor?
Sergeant Herzog.
Herzog. That name. You better tell Mr. Herzog to back off and lay off. Because I dealt with the Herzogs in Kingston, New York.
Probably a totally separate.
No,
family.
it's not. You know
Okay.
what? You don't know more than I do. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
Now, the local.
here's what I'm
the
going to tell
local
you, because you're not going to
Herzogs.
dictate how this is going to work. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
So you're going to grab
Anything
your thing.
happens to this video, and this is
You
this
can-
is
you can
streaming
videotape.
live.
I'm
and this is
videotaping
being,
as well.
This is being backed up.
Okay, that's fine. You're more than welcome to videotape. I'm not telling you you can't.
Your Sergeant Herzog is going to get reported to the FBI.
Okay, that's great.
It's okay.
All I'm telling you is this:
Leave me alone.
Collect your things
Leave
and go,
me
or
al-
you will
I'm
go
not-
to jail.
No, I'm not. I'm going to stand right there on a public
All right,
sidewalk.
right here.
Right here. There you go.
I'm going to stand right there on
Yeah,
a
you
public
can go ahead and
sidewalk.
stand, but you
I'm
can't be having any
not- Now
signs.
you're telling me to collect my things and go.
If you're going to be soliciting, you will collect your things and leave.
Now you amended what you had to say. You tell Sergeant Herzog, we're going to talk.
Not a problem. You talk to him. Not a problem.
I won't be talking. I'll be suing.
All right, take your signs down.
That's not asking for money. I'm not taking that down. That is free speech. That man needs to be disbarred. Period.
I'm telling you this much right now. If you come back through here and you're out here soliciting for funds, you're going to be arrested.
I'm fine soliciting, please.
Asking people for funds, soliciting,
So
asking
if
for
I
donations.
omit the word donation.
You're being really
donation.
difficult right now. We have a city
Now I'm
ordinance.
being difficult.
You are, very much so. This is a city ordinance violation, ma'am.
This is law enforcement harassment. Law enforcement.
You cannot stand on a street corner and ask for funds or donations unless you have a permit to do so.
Well, but what can I say? That I'm homeless, that I'm hungry, that I have zero money.
Okay, I'm sorry that that's a situation.
I'm asking you, is that an option? Can I make that statement
About what?
without saying I'm seeking anything?
You cannot walk to the car to collect money. You cannot ask people
I
at
can't
stoplights for money.
I never asked anyone. I'm holding a sign. I don't speak to anyone. They're holding it outside
I'm
their
telling
vehicle.
you again.
If they're offering,
Here with a sign asking for
they're
donations,
offering,
unless you have a
okay.
permit.
You know what? You're trying to escalate this so you
I'm
have
not.
a reason to arrest me.
No, ma'am, that's not even the case. I would hate
Orange
to arrest
City's
you.
going on the map too.
I would hate to
Y'all-
arrest you for
y'all
something
are-
like this. It's not.
listen.
It's
Listen.
silly. You're
No.
making it more difficult than it has to be.
No, I'm
We're
not.
simply telling you our ordinance for the city, and you're failing to adhere to that. And with
I
that
haven't
being said,
failed to adhere to
if you're
that.
going to stand out here and continue to
I
ask
haven't
and solicit
failed
for
to
money,
adhere
yes,
to
ma'am,
that.
you will be failing to adhere to that. So I will tell you this again.
I'm
if
gonna
we
make
come
a
back
new
through
sign.
here,
I'm going to make a new sign that doesn't
That's
say
fantastic.
seeking donations.
You
And if
cannot
somebody
stand
offers
here-
me something, there is no law saying that I
So-
cannot accept it.
Okay.
So when you want to
Wait.
arrest Girl Scouts and then all your people
All the
conducting
Girl Scouts
illegal
have
activity,
permits. Go ahead.
illegal activity, then you might have some
Okay,
crowds.
well,
And the people that are shoplifting,
listen,
I see it all.
I bet you do. You seem like that type
Excuse me?
that sees it all. You've got this
I do.
tuition that you can read the future. Seems like all that. All I'm telling you is this:
You just
cannot
called me a
solicit
witch.
on the
Nice.
corner.
Good job.
You can't stand on the corner and ask for money or funds with signs. It's called soliciting, and it's
I
an
can say
arrestable
whatever
offense.
I want on a sign.
Okay,
That is a
continue to do it. I
constitutional
promise
right.
you, you'll go to jail.
You better make sure you know Samantha.
So why is it that when the courts have ruled time and time and time again that these ordinances are unlawful, that police still enforce them? Well, it's because police face zero personal accountability for their actions. If and when you get arrested for something like this, you will get a payout if you're able to find a lawyer to sue. But that payout comes from the taxpayer. It doesn't come from the police. Violating someone's rights under color of law is not just a civil matter, it's a criminal matter under 18 U.S.C. 242. Under the statute, government officials can and should be arrested, convicted, and imprisoned for up to 10 years for violating your rights. But they are so rarely prosecuted under this law, and when they are, it's typically because they murdered you while violating your rights. It's not as if we need new laws to prosecute these guys, they already exist, and if every single government official was prosecuted and imprisoned for violating your rights as the law prescribes, I would bet you anything rights violations would come to a screaming halt. I would bet you anything that police would make damn sure that they're right before they put their hands on you. It's just too easy to do whatever you feel like in the moment when you know for a fact that you will never be held accountable for your actions. You know why the general public is starting to understand more about the law than the police and even the courts sometimes? It's because we are accountable to it, and they are not. So we need to know it, and they don't.
You know what? You don't know more than I do. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
Now,
here's what I'm going to tell you, because you're not going to dictate how this is going to work. I'm just going to tell you that right now.